Hello out there. How is everybody doing today on this fantastic Wednesday, June 25th? Hello out there. And I'm so happy and so glad that you are here and trying to join me. And thank you. I am so happy and so excited that you are here with me tonight. I just feel so grateful for you to join me. Episode 110. I want to know, where are you viewing from this evening? I want to know. Put in the chat for me real quick, and I'll do a quick hello to those I see here. There. Thank you for those who are viewing. I love to see who is here today and supporting. Thank you. And hello. I know I see New York in the house. Actually, Strong Island. Let me say it right. Strong Island's in the house. I know they're in the house. 110. I want to know, where are you? Yes. All righty. Thank you. Coming in. So let me tell you a little bit who I am. My name is Coach Dawn Allen, and I am the CEO of Stay Sexy Wellness. The CEO of Stay Sexy Wellness. And what I do is I help overweight, middle-aged women who feel unworthy, unseen, and forgotten go from, having energy, motivation, and drive by making changes in nutrition, by physical movement, and by self-care, so they can become fit, fine, fabulous, and so sexy, loving themselves from the inside out. Yes, that's what I do, and I love it. I love doing it, and that is why I chose this topic this evening. The topic this evening is signs of the time. Signs of the time, yes. Signs of the time but pretty much when we see some things that we're doing or seeing, maybe there's, we need to change some things that we're doing to get better, to improve ourselves, to improve our quality of life. So I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. So I'm going to say hello to everybody out there. I'm going to tell you my story before I begin. My story. One day I was sitting home alone, and I was just sitting there, and I was spiritually nudged to go on my scale. And I don't know about you, I don't like scales. The only time I go on a scale when I have to go to the doctors and they tell you to get on the scale, that's the only time that I volunteer to get on the scale. Because I know the number that I see at the doctor's office is not what I like. It's, to me, I think some type of espionage. It's always more than what I think it is. It's booby trapped, They add on extra pounds to make you feel bad. So, it's like a conspiracy thing. So it's never the weight that I want it to be. It's always something more. So, but I got on the scale. I was voluntold to get on the scale, matter of fact, and I did. When I got on the scale, I seen this crazy number. It was 203, which I could not believe it. I got on the scale 3 times to be sure that the number was correct and my scale wasn't broken. But it said 203 3 times. And the reason why this number for me was bad, because I said I would never, ever weigh 200 pounds. Not me, not she, not I. But there I was, 203. So, at that time, I couldn't deny it anymore. That's like, they say the dog will get off the nail when it hurts more, when it hurts enough. Well, that was to me. That was my wake-up call. That was my wake-up call. And that's why tonight's episode was special to me. Signs of the time. I want to talk about some of the things, some of the signs that we see that we are ignoring, that we need to pay attention to, make changes to improve our health. Okay. So for me, like some of the things that I was feeling at that time was that I was ignoring was when I was walking, my knees would give out. And that was a big thing for me, that I walk and they just give out. So what I would do was when I go to the grocery store, I would grab a shopping cart of course, it's for shopping, but I would grab a shopping cart just to buy a tube of toothpaste, just so I can hold on to the cart for support, just in case my knees decide to give out, on their own without no warning. So that's one thing for me was a big, 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 big warning, but I still didn't do anything about it. I just use a shopping cart, and that was my solution. It wasn't a fix, but what I did. It was what I did. It was what I did to it was what I did so that I could it was what I did so that I could excuse me. It was what I did so that I could justify so that I could work, so that I could make it work for me. So that's what I had to do. So, it worked for me. Temporarily, it wasn't a fix, but that's what I had to do. So what I want to talk about now is some of the things that you might see, and you may see these things and you may need to change for the times. So what are things I want to talk about? That taking pictures is something that you may not want to do, or what I hid behind pictures, or I avoided taking pictures altogether, because I realized when I took the pictures, I felt like I felt big, and I realized that there's nothing I can do. So what I would do is focus on the waist up, just the waist up, and avoid taking pictures below, because I didn't like the way I looked below. And also I limited the pictures I had to take. I took as few as possible, only that when I had to. And because I realized when I didn't like what I see. I don't know about you, if you have that same understanding with you too. Maybe you like taking pictures, and then sometimes it's just the waist up and the bottom part you didn't like the way it looked, so you focus on just the top and ignore the bottom like it doesn't exist. I did that for a very, very long time. And when I looked in the mirror, it was pretty much the same thing. I was just looking just the top part and ignore the bottom part like it didn't exist. I mean, make sure that my face was, my face looked good, had my makeup on, might have lashes, the makeup was good, and eyelashes, lipstick, blush, all I looked good. And because I didn't like where I looked below the waist. I didn't like the way I felt. I had a poor self-image of what I looked like. And I just did pretty much the shoulders up. That was it. And you might say, people might say, they have a pretty face. And that's all they say. They may say you have a pretty face, you have a nice personality, you're a godly person. And that's great. That's really, really good thing. But below that shoulder, I didn't want to focus on that area like it didn't exist. And when it comes to clothes, well, I don't know about you. I wore a size 14 for a very, very long time. I wore a 14 for years and years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, I had to buy bigger sizes. I went from a 14 to a 16 to an 18 to a 20. When it went to a 20, that's when I got scared, because it's like, no, I refuse to buy anything more than a 20. I'm going to just squeeze my little self in these clothes like a little hot dog. And I'm going to squish myself into these clothes. I refuse to buy anything bigger than a size 20. No. And it felt uncomfortable. It felt very, very uncomfortable. I squished myself in, and it didn't feel good. I don't know if you can relate to that, ladies, because, I was a person, I love buying clothes. Love buying clothes. I even have my degree. I have an associate's degree in fashion buying and merchandising. So I love buying clothes. I have a degree in it. So when you get to a point when you do not want to buy clothes because you don't want to go to the store, because you don't want to buy a size that's too big, you don't want to buy a size 20 or 18, that's pretty bad when you hate to buy clothes and you have a degree in buying clothes. That is pretty bad. That's how bad it got for me when I got to a point where I didn't want to buy clothes. I didn't want to undress in the mirror to see what I look like in the mirror. First of all, I had that mirror thing again. And then you have to squeeze into a size because of the number, because I refused to buy a bigger size. That's ridiculous. But that's how I was. I don't know if you can relate to that, ladies or gentlemen, but that's what I did. And it's like, yeah, I see some relating here. Yeah, I did that. I felt like a hot dog. I squished my little self in there. I felt like a little fat McMuffin, I felt like that. And I had bad self-image. I tell you that. And then sometimes, when you eat, you feel bloated and you have no energy, and you feel brain fog, feel nostalgia, because all those things is going on. And as far as diet, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna start a diet. I'm gonna start a diet." But I ate that pizza. I ate that soda, drink soda. I had that cake. I'll start tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow, and tomorrow does not come. I'll start next week. I'll start next week. I'll start next week, and next week does not come. What do you do? What do you do? So next I'm going to talk about movement. Oh my gosh. Yeah, movement is another thing. You feel nostalgia, you don't want to walk, you go up the stairs, and it's like you walk up the stairs, you get one breath. You talk up the stairs, you get one breath. You talk up the stairs and get one breath, and you're out of breath. And you're out of breath, and you have that muffin top. Some of us have a muffin top. When you walk, you got the jiggles in the background. Your thighs may rub together. You might have them you'll have them lumps, bump, dents, all them things going on. And you have shortness of breath. You feel like gravity is against you. And you might have excessive sweating. You get dehydrated. All those things are going on when you're trying to move. Everything's going against you. Everything is going. And you have the arms jiggling. And the worst part is the thighs rubbing together. The thighs rubbing together. Close the door, please. Close the door. Thank you so much. All them things are going on. All those things are going on. So this is and to see. So there's so much things going on when you are trying to move and trying to walk, and everything's just a mess. So these are the signs of the time when you have these things going on, guys, and maybe something you need to do about it. And then you say, well, hey, is everybody looking at me? Is everybody looking at me? You feel disgusting. You may feel intimidated. You're trying to hide behind things. You avoid going to the pool because you don't want to, have your body exposed. You don't even want to go into a fitting room because there's that dreaded mirror again. And you try to cover as much as possible. So all these things are going on, and summer's coming up, guys. Summertime is coming here. It's getting hot. You wear less clothes. You can't really hide with them sweatshirts, the sweatsuits anymore. No, you have to wear your tank tops. It's hot. And you have to go to the swimming pool, so all those things going on. This is a sign of the times. You got to do something about it. If you feel all these things are going on, let me know if you can relate to anything I'm saying. All these guys are signs of the times that you have, that not you shouldn't be, that you may think about losing some weight because you are overweight in the mix. This is I felt how I felt. I'm telling you how I felt. If you can relate to these things, let me know that you're relating to these things. I felt very unattractive. And this is how I felt, okay? And these are all the things, the signs, times that I had and still didn't do nothing about it, okay? I just don't want you to do what I did. I got that. Mine was that final push from God that told me to get on that scale, because he knew that number was my number for me, my last straw. That was mine. I don't know what yours is, but these are some of the things that I felt. And if you felt these things, relate to these things, these are the signs of the times that perhaps you need to start doing something about it. But this is just how I felt that. Now, then you have your body. What happens to a specific part of your body? Let me start with the feet. Okay, let's start with the feet. Okay, so the feet. So you might have some feet issues that affect your body. So because you are overweight or obese, you have increased pressure and stress on your feet. Okay, so what can happen? Okay, you can get plantar, I think it's called fasciitis. You got heel pain, cracked heels, bunions, flat feet, swollen feet, varicose veins, slow wound healing. All these things can because you're overweight. off, just cause you're on your feet. Okay. And also, this is it's called some arthritis. Okay. Arthritis. It's called osteoarthritis. It is a degenerate joint disease that results from breakdown of joint cartilage and underlying bones. And this is what the research said. This I felt like I didn't know. It says a form of arthritis that is believed to be the fourth leading cause of disability in the world. I'm going to say that one more time. It's believed to be the fourth leading cause of disability in the world. Okay? And it's affecting 1 out of 7 adults in the United States alone. It's characteristic by stiffness, pain, and significant ankle pain and limit mobility. And also, gout is also a part of arthritis that also can happen for overweight. That's the feet. Now talk about the hips. Now people may ask about, does being overweight cause hip replacement? Well, it says right here, the heavier people are, most likely to acquire total hip and knee replacement than patients with normal BMIs. BMI stands for body mass index. So they're saying, well, the heavier you are, it could be caused by overweight with muscle or overweight with fat. Well, the heavier you are, it can cause a load on your hips and knees. So you might, and I'm not saying you will be, but they're saying because if you're heavy, you have a heavier than normal BMI, you may have may need hip or hip or knee replacement. Okay. Another thing, internal organs. It's a whole list of them. I'm gonna read them all. It says health risks of overweight and obesity. It's a whole list. Type 2 diabetes, heart disease, metabolic syndrome, some cancers, osteoarthritis. They said that disease of gallbladder, pancreas, kidney disease, and that's pretty much part of insulin. And if anything to do with insulin, you can gain weight with that. Pregnancy problems, fertilization problems, sexual functional problems, mental health problems, high blood pressure, stroke, fatty liver disease, breathing problems, and gout. These are internal organs, internal things that are health risks if you are overweight and obesity. Okay. And I said high blood pressure. So these are some of the things that can happen to you if you are overweight or obese. Guys, it's the sign of a time. If any of these things, anything I said today, you have any of them things you feel this way, you may want to start changing some of your habits and start thinking about taking care of yourself. Start thinking about starting a healthy diet. Start thinking about moving your body. Start thinking about your self-care. Start thinking about changing the things you're doing. Otherwise, while you're young, because as you get older, we gain 1 or 2 pounds a year. So there you have that going against you. And as you get older, things start slowing down and breaking down. So you already know what's going on. So it's best to start now while you're younger, while you have the energy, while you have the health, the better health you do now. As you get older, it's going to be maybe a whole different scenario. So I'm going to wrap up a little bit and say overweight and obesity may increase your risk for many health problems, especially if you carry extra fat around the waist, which most of us do. Reaching and staying at a healthy weight can help prevent these problems, stop them from getting worse, or even make them go away. Like I just said, don't wait. Start now while you have the health, while you're younger, while you have more energy, while you still have more money. Because as you get older, what health problems you get going to cost you more money. So with that in mind, I do tomorrow, I have a masterclass called 5 Key Strategies to Shed Those Unwanted Nasty Pounds and Live Your Healthiest You. It's at 7:30 tomorrow Eastern time. I'm going to drop the link. Someone can drop the link for me. It would be nice. Can drop the link tonight. If not, but drop it when I get off it. I'm not playing. I'm serious about this, guys. We're not getting any younger. We got to get it started. I know some of you have children, some of you have grandchildren. Don't you want to be around to play with them and see them get married and have graduation and have children? Well, guess what? If you don't take care of yourself, you might not be around for nobody. Okay? So get your honeys moving and grooving and get it popping. Let's go. Time waits for no one. Like I said, it's the signs of the time. Better stop playing. I said tomorrow, 7:30. 5 key strategies to shed those unwanted, nasty pounds and live your healthier pounds. I'm not playing. Let's go. Stop playing around. This is my purpose. I'm here and I'm not playing. I know how I felt when God told me to get on that scale. Ooh, that was the nail for me. I'm hoping that this podcast woke somebody up. Somebody woke. And thinking about the things that I said tonight, if something resonated with you, let's go put a value in it. I want to see you guys tomorrow on my masterclass. I want no excuses. I know somebody got value out of this tonight. I know somebody's feeling this way. I know somebody doesn't want to be in that mirror. I know somebody has pain. I know somebody's just like feeling these things that I just said tonight. And so you don't got to be ashamed. Just the link's going to be dropped tonight for tomorrow's masterclass, and I want to see you in there. I don't want no excuses. Let's go. Let's get it popping. If you got value tonight, which you best have value tonight, drop the V in there to know that I was on popping, and I love you. I'm here. I'm sorry I'm preaching tonight, but that's how I feel tonight. I'm preaching to get you guys moving and grooving and healthy so you can be here for your families and your loved ones for the future. Come here, Chloe. Molly, come over here. Since you're already over here, say hello and goodbye. Hello.
Bye.
I'm doing this for my grandkids, so I will be around. I would be around for them to see them, get back from high school, to get married, have grandchildren, all that good stuff. So goodbye for now, and I will see you tomorrow night at 7:30. Like I say, stay well and healthy, but stay sexy. I'm going to drop this link in there, and I'm hoping everybody, I want to see you tomorrow. Okay? As I say, good night for now, and see you tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm dropping the link right now. Goodbye.